guys, it's Angela, and today I'm going to be doing my 1K Q&A. But before I do that, I wanted to introduce everyone to our new puppy, Aurora. She is a 12-week-old, 30-pound German Shepherd, and I'm so excited that she's part of our family. So yeah, here she is, and hopefully you can see her in more vlogs. So before I get into the actual Q&A, I just have to say thank you so much, guys, for 1,000 subscribers. That is such an amazing milestone, and I feel so lucky to have hit it within my first 6 months here on BookTube. And I know that I wouldn't have hit that number without the help from certain people. So I'd like to thank 3 people who talked about me in their videos and helped bring more traffic to my channel. So the first person I'd like to thank is Emma from Emma Books. Emma was the first booktuber that I watched. I stumbled upon a video of hers in 2016 and fell headfirst into watching BookTube, and she is such an amazing person. She is so sweet, and I'm so thankful for her. She is still a huge inspiration to me, so thank you so much, Emma, for talking about me in a video. The next person I want to talk about is Sydney from Read with Sydney. She also talked about me in a video where she shouted out a few small booktubers. And when she did that, she also talked about my chronic illness and disability representation in books video, which got more people watching that video and joining in on the conversation. Sydney is so hilarious. She's probably one of the funniest booktubers here on YouTube, and she's just such a great person, and I'm so thankful. So thank you, Sydney. And now we have Mayana from Little Wolf Reads. Like I said, I started my channel in January of 2019, January 1st to be exact, and Mayana and I started becoming friends in about February. She is such a great and funny person, and she also talked about me in a video and got more traffic to my channel. So thank you so much to those 3. I will have their channels linked down below. Go subscribe to them, go show them some love. They're amazing people. Also, before I get into the Q&A, I just wanted to briefly discuss my first 6 months here on BookTube. So if you're not interested in that and you're just here for the Q&A, I'll leave a timestamp down below. But it's just going to be short and sweet. I just kind of want to talk about my experience, my expectations versus reality, all that kind of stuff. So I started BookTube in January and have been wanting to make a channel for months prior. I just really couldn't work up the courage, and putting yourself out on the internet can be really scary, and you can be really vulnerable. So that was part of the reason that I didn't want to make a BookTube channel. My friend Haley actually encouraged me to start my channel because I was just so torn up, like, do I want to, too afraid. So she encouraged me to do it, so thank you, Haley, and I'm so glad that I did. I truly can't tell you how much better BookTube has made my life, like making a book Twitter and making all these new friends and just having this community who loves you and supports you and just wants to see you succeed is just such an amazing thing, and I'm so glad that I dove in and decided to make myself known here on the internet. So my first 6 months have been really fun. I've made so many new friends that I'm so thankful for, and I'm just so thankful for the community for accepting me and just welcoming me with open arms, because I was really afraid that no one was gonna like me. I don't know. I was just really apprehensive going into it. So if you're a person who wants to create a channel and you're feeling kind of apprehensive about it, I encourage you to do so. This community is wonderful, and I feel so lucky to be a part of it. So now let's go into the Q&A. So the first question is other hobbies besides reading. I love to be outside. I love nature, so I like to go on hikes. I like photography. I love to swim. Swimming is one of my favorite activities. I like riding horses. I just like hanging out with my friends, watching movies and TV shows. I play some Sims, casual stuff like that. Favorite color. My favorite color is teal, and then another one of my favorite colors is black. Dream house. My dream house would definitely be a house on the beach. Definitely a house on the beach. If you were stranded on an island and could only watch one movie, what would it be? I would have to say for this question, it would be Moana. Moana is one of my favorite movies, and I just love it so much, and I never get tired of it. And this year in my college class, we had to do presentations trying to convince the class to watch a movie. And so I obviously picked Moana, and I made this whole presentation about it, and a lot of people watched it and liked it. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really good. But Netflix took it off, so I don't know why Netflix has to take away the things I like, but that's beef for another day. Pencil or pen? Definitely pencil, and preferably mechanical. If you could match your personality to any animal, what would it be? I feel like my personality falls between like a dog and a cat, because I'm like, sometimes I'm extroverted, sometimes I'm introverted, sometimes, I like to like be with a bunch of people, sometimes I like to be alone, and I feel like those are typical like dog and cat traits. Favorite part of the Hunger Games franchise? Well, I haven't read the books, which I talked about in a different video, but I do want to. They're definitely books that I do want to read. So I've seen the first movie, but I don't really remember it. So I guess if I had to answer this question, I would say PETA, because he's cute, but I don't know anything about him, so that's like a really superficial answer. But I'm still gonna say it because that's all I got. Favorite shades of blue. So as I mentioned, teal is one of my favorite colors, but I just love the color blue in general and all the shades that it has. So definitely teal, like a dark royal blue, just like your regular run-of-the-mill blue. The sky blue Crayola colored pencil, if you can envision that in your head, that color blue. Robin egg, I don't know if it's a blue, it's kind of like a greenish blue, but like I also like it. And periwinkle, but I don't think periwinkle is a blue. I think that's like a blurple, but I like periwinkle and I like baby blue, and I like all the blues. I just really like blue. What is one book that you hated that everyone else liked? So for me, when it comes to like reading hyped books, I usually fall on the spectrum of enjoying them or thinking they're okay. I'm really cutthroat about DNFing, so if it's a book that I'm really not enjoying, chances are I'll just not finish it. But the one series that I tried to get through was the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, or the trilogy, by Laini Taylor. I read the first 2 books, and although I really liked Strange the Dreamer, these books just didn't vibe with me, and I don't really know why, but they just weren't for me, and that's fine. I wouldn't say I hate them by any means, but I wouldn't pick them up again or own them. Are you a natural blonde? This is the one question that I didn't want to get because I feel like my whole brand, Blonde Books, relies on my hair. But when I was little, like when I was born, I had blonde hair, and when I grew up throughout my childhood, I had blonde hair, and then once I hit like middle school, high school, it kind of started to get darker, and then it went to like dirty blonde / light brown. So technically I was a natural blonde and my hair color changed, but because I can't see myself as any color but blonde, I do continue to lighten it because this is just the color for me, and I would never go to brown. So I guess I'm a natural blonde, but like I'm also not. Please don't cancel me. If you could have an exotic pet as an animal with no boundaries, what would it be? A dolphin for sure. I love dolphins. I swam with dolphins like 3 summers ago. It was on my bucket list. It was in Florida. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I would do it again. Definitely would have a dolphin. We could just swim together all day and just live our best lives. The next question is, what's your favorite bookmark? So I have a lot of favorite bookmarks. A lot of my bookmarks are important to me for one reason or another, but for the purpose of this video, I'll talk about 2. So my first favorite, which is upside down, is this bookmark from Spencer from Common Spence. He was giving these out at BookCon and like writing really kind messages on them, and he gave one to me and he wrote a really kind message, and it's just really important to me and it means a lot to me, and he means a lot to me, and I love him as a person, so this is special to me because it's from him. And my second bookmark is this little wooden bookmark that my boyfriend got online, and he got it like engraved, and it's really sweet and I love it, and I'll never like travel with it because I'm like afraid to lose it, and I usually only use it in like books that I'm like really hyped about reading. But yeah, I love this bookmark. Are you team iPhone or team Android? I am team iPhone. I have my little tiny iPhone SE. It's the interior of a 6, exterior of a 5. It's like 3 years old and I need a new one. But yeah, I'm team iPhone. I used to have an Android in like 8th grade, and then we switched to iPhones, and then once I made that switch, I feel like I can't go back. I feel like, all right, I'm committed. I can't see myself having an Android now, so Apple will just continue to take my money for the rest of my life. So yeah, team iPhone. Which Disney princess do you identify with most? This is hard. This is probably the hardest question that I've gotten for this Q&A. I love all the princesses, and I feel like I can take certain aspects of all of them and all of their lives and relate to it. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to pick 2. That would be Moana from Moana and Rapunzel from Tangled, because both of those characters are kind of struggling with identity and just trying to figure out what their purpose is in the world. And I feel like that's a current struggle of mine, being in college, not knowing what I'm going to do for the long run, down the road. I just feel like I'm kind of in this limbo of figuring things out, and those characters are too. So for that, I relate to them. Favorite shows. My favorite shows are Stranger Things and Friends, because I love them so much and they mean a lot to me. Career and or life goals. So some of you might not know this, but I initially went to school for nursing. I wanted to be an RN, and unfortunately that did not work out for me. So right now I'm majoring in English and communications, and all I know is that I don't want to be an English teacher. No offense to all the English teachers. I loved my high school English teachers. I'm still in contact with them. They're wonderful people. I love my high school librarian, but it's just not a specific career that I want to do. But I do know I want to do something with English, and I do know for sure that I'd like to write a funny memoir by the time I'm like 25. I want to have it published, and I know that seems young, but I feel like I have enough life experiences with my mental health and my chronic illnesses to be able to build up a really good, funny, sad, and just good memoir. So that's definitely probably one of my biggest goals right now. A place you want to visit. Well, there's a lot of places I want to visit. I actually just drove across the country with my family, and my dogs are barking, but I'm just going to keep going. And that was really fun. So I hit a lot of states. I'd like to go to California. I'd like to go to Italy because I have family there. I'd like to go to New Zealand. I'd like to go to Australia. I'd like to go to Britain. I'd like to go to Hawaii for sure. There's a lot of places that I'd like to go. Favorite animals? Honestly, I'd have to say all of them. I've been a huge animal lover my whole life. When I was in like 2nd grade, I wanted to open up my own vet clinic, and I drew like the blueprints, and I was like all ready to go. I love animals. I used to make little crafts and raise money for the shelter when I was little. So I really love all animals, and it's hard for me to sit and choose a favorite because I love so many of them. But the one that I'm like not so cool with are spiders. I think they're insects, so I don't really know if you'd categorize them as animals. But yeah, I appreciate them and what they do, but I don't appreciate when they come into my bubble or bite me. Then things get kind of rough. But yeah, all the animals. I love all the animals. What's your favorite season? My favorite season is fall. That's my first favorite, and I guess my second favorite is summer. But I love fall because I'm born in October. It's the spookiest time of the year. It's just so beautiful, and I love the fall scents and the fall flavors, and Halloween and horror movies, and I just love fall so much, and I'm so glad that I was born in October. Thank you, Mom. Do you like wearing headbands? I've never really worn headbands. I used to wear headbands when I was really little, but I haven't really worn them since, so I don't know how they'd look on me. So I guess I'd have to try that out before I could answer that question. And the last question is, if you could live in any fictional world, where would it be and why? I kind of feel like I have to go with like the basic run-of-the-mill answer and say Hogwarts. I'd love to attend Hogwarts. I'd love to be a little Slytherin chasing after Draco Malfoy, maybe marry him if things went good. Yeah, I would definitely just love to live in Hogwarts. There's just something so special there, and just live within the Harry Potter universe in itself. There's just something so special about it that I would just love to be a part of it. So that has been my 1K Q&A. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, for your support, for your kind comments, for your love, for everything. I truly, really appreciate it. The moment I hit 1K, I sobbed. I just really couldn't believe it, and I still kind of can't that like that many people acknowledge my existence. It's really cool and really crazy. So thank you guys so much. Go check out the people who are in the description bar below if you haven't already, and have a good one. Bye.